Hello everyone, this is Buzzing with V. Welcome to another video. Well, today's video is a tutorial on how to create these cute ghost baggies. They're treat bags. These are the craze on TikTok right now. The crafters who are making these are embroidery crafters, so they're done with embroidery and felt, and they are about 4 inches high and I think 3 inches wide. Well, of course, Scrap Diva's die isn't that size, it's much bigger, but we're gonna go ahead and create it with dies and a sewing machine, not an embroidery machine. This is Scrap Diva's ghost die right here, and this die comes with a base. It's designed for an album. However, I'm making a treat bag out of it. This is Scrap Diva Designs information. She has an Instagram, a YouTube. She has a shop, if you can see that, scrapdivadesigns.com, as well as the hashtag. So check out that hashtag because you can see all the creators that are creating with her dies and get some inspiration, some amazing inspiration out there. So I'm kind of late to the game with this die, and so I'm using it with the charcuterie board die set from Scrap Diva Designs, and what I'm using that for is for the cheeks. So you can use anything for the cheeks. It also comes with a mouth, it comes with 2 eyes, it comes with 2 sets of eyes, 1 circle for the mouth and 1 circle for the bow. You could use this for feminine or masculine or both. It doesn't, however you prefer your ghost to be, you can do it. It comes with a base bow as well as a layering bow. It also comes with these 2 hole punches. This is where the rings are, or your ribbon for your album, and it also comes with a word piece with the base as well as the word piece. So amazing. I'm also using this little piece here, the circles for the eyes, to make them anime. If you can see that little eye right there, and that creates the anime eye. So the bigger eye is this right here, which is meant to create holes for your rings. So if you were to make an album, those will be your die that you would use for the rings. And so that's created the eye here. As far as this mouth, I also use this mouth that comes with a die. This one didn't come with a die. This one came with the charcuterie board. So all it is the outer layer of the top handle of the charcuterie board. So that's what I'm using the charcuterie board. It is for assistance on creating the face, and look how cute. For this one, I did use a die for my stash. It's a pumpkin die that I picked up from Michael's by Recollections, but I also created one with Scrap Diva Designs circle nesting dies, and this is it right here, and this is her nesting die right here. It comes with 3 sets of nesting dies, so check that out. It's a circle, I believe a square, and another shape that you get. But aren't these cute? What I would recommend for the felt, stiffer felt, like the craft felt for kids. If you don't mind, then go ahead and get the softer felt. Mint one is from Hobby Lobby, and it's the thinner felt. There's 2 sizes. Get the thinner one. So that one's it there. And this one is from Michael's, and this is the thicker felt. And it's also a thin one, so get the thinner one. So the dies can cut through that felt. Okay, so we've already went over that, and I think they're so cute. Oh my goodness, you could put embellishments, you could put candies, you could put gifts in here and just mail them out. You can also add them to your planners or your December dailies. You can also add these to your journals and or gift giving, anything with these. Oh my goodness, this would be amazing for craft fairs. If you guys make these for craft fairs, you don't even have to do the sewing like I did. Just do the ghost and move on. Okay, so you guys, I want to show you guys as well as the word piece that you can also put in front of this. So as you can see, it's 2 layers of felt, and in the inside we use page protectors for the window, so that's what I'm using. You can use any type of translucent plastic medium, For me, I have so many page protectors that I don't mind using them because I have like, I think 80. So I bought a big pack and I got about 80 left. So that's what I'm using. As far as the ribbon goes, I'm using this one from Michaels. It's Celebrate It. And I'm also using this one that is a Paper Studios from Hobby Lobby. This one's gifted to me by End Decor Natalie. Thank you so much, Natalie. Last year we had a personal Halloween swap and she gifted me this ribbon, which I am now using. So thank you so much, Natalie. So let's go ahead and get into creating one here for you. Let's get started with the tutorial. Okay, step one you want to do is cut this in half. So let me go ahead and do that. Okay, all set here. Next, grab some printer paper, copy paper, whatever you'd like to call it. So here's mine, and cut that in half. So there's my copy paper there. So what I'm going to do is just put the felt right over the copy paper, and this is how we're going to run our die through. And what I'm using is the larger die, so I won't be using the smaller die in this project. You are able to use it, the layering piece, so I'm just using the base. So you would put it through your die cutting machine. I do have a grand caliber. It's one of the older models. Place it on your die cutting platform, and this is what I'm using. I didn't have to cut it in half because I have such a huge die cutting platform that I don't have to do that, but I wanted to show you that because the majority of you guys have the smaller die cutting machine, and so that's what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and die cut this for you off camera. Okay, so it's all die cut, and I just want to show you on video on how it looks, because I know sometimes when we're doing tutorials, sometimes steps get skipped. So I want to show you what that looks like. So let's take that off of the platform here. And so now here is your felt, and never fear, you guys, never fear. Not all of it will get cut because it is felt and it is a die. But just grab your scissors. So just grab your scissors, and it's already cut through. Look on the back, on the front. It's just those little strands that get held in, and what you can do is run it through your machine several times just to be sure that it comes off. I'm going to do this off camera. Okay, so it's all set, and I will do the same with this side for the back piece. This is the front, and what you want to do is keep this ghost here because you will need it for your smaller pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and do that in fast mode, show you all the smaller pieces on my platform so I can get it ready for die cutting. Okay, what I would recommend doing, which I completely forgot to do, is cutting out the ghost like this. So we have the copy paper underneath, and then we have the felt, we have the base die of the ghost, and then we have the holes for the rings of the ghost. We're using them as for the ribbon on top. So die cut your pieces like this. It's all cut here. So be sure to grab your ghost, the copy paper ghost, and now you're going to know exactly where to put this die here. You just put it in the light, and you kind of see where the holes are, and you put it there, place it there, and put it on top of your cutting platform like so. Here's my page protector. This is the one I'm using. I'm using from Amazon. I picked them up in increments of 100. So you don't have to use this one, but this is just the one I use. You can also make it into a shaker if you'd like, but in my case, I'm not. You can also use this for baking goods if you line the entire ghost. It's like a one-time use for baking goods. You could put homemade cookies, you can put homemade candies in there, and gift them to your neighbors, gift them to your coworkers, or gift them to your crafty friends, or have it as in a craft fair. That would be so cute as a craft fair baking good as well. So these page protectors are good for so many things other than just paper. So let me go ahead and cut that here on camera. I'm going to do it with some scissors. However, if you have one of these rotary blade, you can also use that, which helps best. And what I do is I just make sure that I'm going to cut a piece big enough to cover this hole here, and it will go above the hole as well as the bottom of the hole. So this is where I like it right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut that in. Snip it there and just go ahead and cut. As well as cut the side here, because I'm just going to use one layer, so we don't need that fold there. And then also bringing the ghost over, or the die, you can also use the die. Bringing the die over, this is where I want to cut. I do like to do it with the ghost because I do stitching. You don't have to do stitching, but you are able to use some stitching just to keep it secure and then snip it off later. So that's what I do. I make it big enough and then I will snip it off later. So I'm going to go to my sewing machine and I'm going to sew first off the border of the window. Then I'm going to sew the perimeter of the ghost and then move on to the hands, the arms of the ghost. Once you're done sewing, snip off the excess of the page protector. If you're a sewer, you do have the option to sew the back ghost. I didn't do that. Here I'm prepping my pieces for gluing. My choice of glue is hot glue. I prefer to start gluing from the bottom up. I start at the bottom, I do one side, and then I start on the other side. I failed to mention that I did do a wonky stitch for the circle. Try not to glue the head of the ghost, that is for the opening. Just glue half of the ghost from the bottom down. Once all my gluing is done, I'm going to get ready to start on the ghost face. I prepped it here, so now it's time for gluing. I start with the cute, adorable hands and move on to the eyes. And I also use hot glue for all except for the little twinkle of the eye for the anime eye. I did use Barely Arts. I'm adding my candy of choice. You can also add baking goods or your embellishments in here. The sky's the limit with this. It's just a little baggie for anything basically. And I'm adding my ribbon of choice here. I like the stripes, and I wanted to go with a jet black, but I had a jet black velvet half-inch ribbon, but it was very stiff, so it didn't go well with the felt. The pink felt and the mint felt is very flimsy, so I would prefer the firmer felt. And this is it, you guys. This concludes the video. Hopefully you like it. My discount code is V10, and please check out scrapdivadesigns.com. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.